In May of 2019, Hangman Adam Page represented the potential of not just Hangman Adam Page, the athlete, but really of AEW itself. At the very first Double or Nothing, he won the Casino Battle Royale. He earned the right to be one half of the main event at All Out. Unfortunately for him, he did not leave as the first ever AEW World Champion.
I think deep down I knew, whether I wanted to admit it or not, I wasn't going to win.
My pain.
In his opinion, he let down not just himself, but his family as well.
We all remember how successful Omega and Page were as a tag team.
We were having the greatest matches in the company history, the greatest tag matches that some people said ever occurred on American soil.
We won match after match and defended the title every single week that we could.
They were almost like two individuals that came together on game day and were phenomenal.
Kenny Omega perceived what he called weakness in Adam Page, insecurities.
I let that fall completely apart because now there's nothing.
It was real tough to strap you on my back and carry you throughout all those classic tag matches the entire.
And I stood in the distance and watched. And that hurt.
What if you lose in Full Gear? What does that do for the future of Hangman Page?
So open your eyes and see the fight I have burns inside of me.
You know, I haven't thought about that.
I'm gonna go out there and prove that I'm the best.
Since Bryan Danielson has arrived in All Elite Wrestling, he has been red hot. It's because since he's been inside an AEW ring, you can see that his love for professional wrestling has been rekindled.
He came to AEW and he put himself on the map, not by going cutting these promos, not by being witty. Danielson came here and got in the middle of the ring and wrestled week after week after week after week.
I saw AEW as the place where real professional wrestling lives. And I consider myself very much a professional wrestler. To be the best professional wrestler, you gotta go to where professional wrestling is, and that's AEW.
The AEW World Championship Eliminator Tournament is extremely difficult, not only physically, but mentally as well. You have to prepare for different types of opponents, different styles of matches, and often you have to do so while you're physically banged up.
I'm somebody who loves tournaments. I think tournaments are a great way to dig deep inside yourself. For example, Dustin Rhodes.
Never been a world champion. He was giving it his all.
Eddie Kingston.
Never been a world champion. He was giving it his all.
So you know everybody in this tournament is coming in and bringing their all.
I will be champion. I am the Redeemer.
The pillars are canon now. Everybody is fully aware that the present and the future of this promotion resides on the backs of Jungle Boy, Sammy Guevara, Darby Allin, MJF. And I'm able to give these guys kudos because I'm a gentleman and I'm also a realist and I'm also very humble, as we all know.
He's a wart. These are four men that are essentially homegrown stars here in AEW.
You got Jungle Boy! Beat him!
They represent the next generation of world champions.
You got Sammy Guevara! Beat him! You got Darby Allin, whatever, and then you have the strongest pillar. The pillar who's better than you, and you know it.
The problem is I think it's very obvious, although we are the four pillars, it's very obvious there's a pecking order.
I think it's tough to predict this guy here is going to be the hood ornament of this company.
MJF may be deluding himself into thinking that he is the first among equal.
I think it's very obvious that it goes, you know, Jungle Boy, Sammy over here, Darby a little bit more ahead over, and I'm just way over here.
I love all these fortune tellers. MJF's a fortune teller.
I am the past, present, and future of AEW.
I'm the past, the present, the future. It's a great marketing slogan.
There is nothing wrong with being the second best guy.
I'm back. And I'm back for you. I'm not gonna lie, I'm back for me too.
No matter what I personally feel of CM Punk, he didn't come here to just be some big star with some cool ring music. He came here to get respect from the locker room, and he came here to get respect from you, the fans. He's done that.
You're now 5-0 here in AEW.
Yeah. What's the problem?
It's Eddie Kingston here in the background.
I don't think anything is CM Punk.
I know you. Don't play with me. I know you. What is so fun? What is so fun? I do what I want when I have to. I do what I want. I do what I want. I know you. Don't blame me.
You want to go to sleep again? I saw what just happened to you. You think this is a game? It's unprofessional. I'm disappointed in you.
I think Ty Conti is a big-time threat
Ty Conti laying in shots to Britt Baker.
to Dr. Britt Baker's championship.
You've got to say that for sure. Take a look at her win-loss record in AEW.
Ty Conti is an Olympic-level judo player. She has Muay Thai striking. She has jiu-jitsu techniques in submissions.
This is the most precious thing I own. So Ty, you better hold on to all those belts you have. Black, blue, green, red. I don't give a shit. This is the only belt that matters. And it's sticking with the DMD.
And she's a professional wrestler. She brings so many different disciplines into the ring. That's tough to prepare for.
Ty Conti holding the AEW Women's World Championship.
I earned my spot. Unlike you, Brett, you had to kiss ass to get where you are at.
Ah, yes, I'm friends with the boss, of course. Honestly, that one's so played out by now, but that's because it's so much easier to convince yourself that's the reason for my success versus Britt worked her ass off day in and day out, shut out all the noise and ruthless critics, became a star, and still made it to work on time the next day.
I can read that, ladies and gentlemen. Right. DM done.
I should say that I will kick your ass, but since you don't have one...
Oh, kick right to the face by Ty Conti.
I will have to kick your face and make you fix your own teeth.
It takes 3 seconds to win a match. In Tay Conti's situation, it takes 3 seconds to become the champion. But I don't know that that's going to happen.
I feel the champion's the underdog in this. I just think the credibility behind what Ty Conti brings to the ring is just too much for the champion to deal with.
Wait, go ahead and cue the footage of the desperate attempt to mock the 3 letters that signify my 8-year degree as a doctor of medicine and dentistry.
D and D is going to become T-A-Y.
Since Miro has arrived in AEW, we've watched him just carve a path of destruction. And to have him enter the tournament in the semifinal round, that's tough to prepare for, not just physically, but mentally. He's a beast.
So my road home is clear now, and it's going to be paved with skulls with those who dare to stay in front of me. I will be forgiven. I will be champion.
Not a lot of people walking planet Earth that are quite like Miro. He's somebody that's impossible to prepare for. And I think Bryan Danielson is going to need every bit of speed, every bit of technique, and every bit of mental willpower in order to walk out of the tournament as the winner.
Miro being added to the tournament doesn't really change anything for me other than who my opponent is. Miro presents some very difficult challenges. Miro now is just more experienced and knows exactly who he is as a person. In some ways, it's a beautiful thing to see. In another way, when you're wanting to win this whole thing and become the AEW World Champion, it's a bit of a problem.
Miro's only had one match to get here. Miro's coming in fresh, Miro's coming in motivated, and I think that might be too much for Bryan Danielson to overcome.
The years that I've known Miro, I've never once beat him, but I don't get hung up on things from the past. When he lost his TNT championship to Sammy Guevara, he blamed his God. He didn't look in the mirror and he said, hey, I could have done this better, I could have done that better. When I lose, and I've lost often in my career, I go back to the drawing board, I look in the mirror, and I say, what could I have done better?
My God, make no mistake, you will make me your champion, or you will make me your enemy. God's forsaken champion will become God's favorite again. Not because you want it, because I will leave you no choice.
Just because I haven't beat him, all it means is I haven't beat him yet.
Here's the thing. With Adam Cole and the Young Bucks forming this three-man team,
The Superkliq is back, baby.
I don't know of another three-man team in pro wrestling that can beat them. Hate to hurt your feelings, everybody, but they're that good.
Jungle Boy! Jungle Boy Jack Perry!
There you go, kick his ass. He goes right for Adam Cole. Damn right.
The Superkliq just continues to outnumber the opposition.
What is our problem with Christian Cage and Jurassic Express?
Jungle Boy locking Cutler in with a snare trap.
Why don't one of you elite pieces of shit come down here right now?
Guys, don't take it personal. We have a problem with everybody. If you're not in the elites, you're not at the cool table.
Not cool at all.
No, you're
zero cool.
No.
Actually, but you're the worst kind, too. You guys are pretenders.
Yeah, we always gonna go. You know, the only way that the Superkliq has ever been able to beat us is by not following the rules.
We took out all three of those pricks first. Christian Cage with an indie ticker on the floor.
Right on his dome.
Who's number two?
Luchasaurus.
Oh, that's right. What did we do to him?
Remember, we gave him a sweet-ass powerbomb.
Oh, we sure did. Right through the table. Yeah, who's last? That's backstage.
That felt good. I'm sorry, guys.
Who's third?
Oh, JB Jungle Boy.
What are you gonna learn, Jungle Boy? You're a nobody. We run AEW. We do.
Nick and I, we grabbed you by your stupid little pencil geek neck and we tossed you off the dang stage.
I will. No, no, no! My God! My God! This is our world. We're tough guys. We ain't afraid of no one.
Oh, think twice about what you're doing. Just chill out. Yep, just relax.
Things are breaking down. Spilling out to the arena.
Tough guys? I don't know, they didn't look so tough when we left them laying like the sad sacks of shit that they are.
Wait a second! Jungle Boy Jack! He wiped them out!
Since you said it, since you called yourself tough guys, I need to know how tough you are.
Oh, Christian with the spear!
What about you, Luchasaurus?
Choke slam on to Adam Cole!
JB, I really want to know. And I'm going to make sure that we find out.
And now, Jungle Boy with the snare trap locked in!
Because we're throwing out the challenge right now. Christian Cage and the Jurassic Express against the Superkliq at Full Gear. Falls count anywhere.
You guys thought that night you guys jumped us, by the way, from behind.
Yeah.
That somehow proved that makes you guys tough guys now, that you could take on the Superkliq.
Hello? The three of us, we're the most dangerous men in professional wrestling.
They not studied our tapes.
No, they haven't, Nick. They haven't seen the times that we've put people through tables. They haven't seen the times where I put dang thumbtacks on the bottom of my sneaker and I smash someone in the face with it.
You stupid idiot.
This will not be easy for either group here, I promise.
Beside all the underhanded things these guys have done, let's find out what the Young Bucks and Adam Cole are really made of.
The fact that it's false count anywhere means that we can beat these chumps anywhere.
So you guys better be ready and strap those Jordans on tight. Be ready to get those pink silky pajamas and the feathers dirty.
Where can we beat them?
We could beat them on the stage.
Oh, or even in a cage.
Can we beat them even worse than we beat Adam Page?
That's good. You like that, right?
At least they're smart enough to realize that they can win anywhere. But spoiler alert, you won't.
Well, congratulations to AEW on bringing in CM Punk and Bryan Danielson and Ruby Soho and Adam Cole and every other skinny little dork that Tony Khan man can use to deflect the spotlight away from the truth.
Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page didn't need Dan Lambert. They are highly accomplished professional wrestlers.
This company has two real men wrestling for it, and you're looking at them right now. Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page.
However, Dan Lambert gives them a different edge. He brings the technique and the training of American Top Team.
It's kind of injected a different type of intensity in Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky.
Our path is very clear. Championships, main events, and one day when this place opens a Hall of Fame, Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky will be the first two walking through it.
Yeah, and you know who's gonna induct us? Dan Lambert.
So if you have any tough guys in the locker room that you think can come up here and shut them up, I invite you to do so sooner rather than later.
Everybody's got a plan until they get punched in the face.
Chris Jericho called out Dan Lambert and American Top Team. He called out Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page. Jericho over the top, drops Ethan Page on the outside. Dan Lambert just grabbed the leg inside cradle.
Wait,
One,
get it.
2, 3. What?
That man had one of the most successful careers in the history of this business. And his greatest accomplishment, right here in AEW, where he took a startup company, he put it on his shoulders and turned it into the hottest promotion this industry has seen in decades. Chris then decided to come out and confront the Men of the Year and American Top Team, and it was that decision that brought his illustrious career to an end.
Chris Jericho doesn't like to be bullied. He doesn't like to be talked over. He doesn't like to be shouted down. Dan Lambert did all of those things, and that only pissed Jericho off.
We are going to beat the living shit out of you!
Every single time we've faced off with the Inner Circle, we've left at least one of them bloodied and broken. And Full Gear is going to be no different.
You got your 10-man tag match. If you put that TNT title on the line against Ethan Page.
When I beat Ethan Page, I get to decide the 3 members of American Top Team that the Inner Circle is going to kick their ass at Full Gear.
There's a lot of moving parts in this matchup between the Inner Circle and American Top Team. I'm anxious to see what Dan Lambert brings to the table, how he prepares his team for this matchup.
Well, we have the open contract right here, so we can choose any member of American Top Team. Why don't you start off, Big Hoss?
We choose Junior Dos Santos.
Orlovsky! We could choose Paige. I know you're tough as nails, but we're gonna choose Dan Lambert!
If Dan can't get himself out of the match, then our goal is to make sure that Dan Lambert pins Chris Jericho.
Oh, yes.
Do I think Dan Lambert and his MMA fighters have a chance in this match? Yeah, of course they do. They're great fighters. And then with Dan Lambert, who knows what they'll stoop to win a match?
Because when you go into a fight with two of the greatest fighters to ever walk into a cage, all time, everything's tilted in your favor.
I think Dan Lambert and American Top Team have a massive chance at beating the Inner Circle.
The thing you have to remember about this tag team match is that it's professional wrestling. It's not mixed martial arts.
And I think because they are wrestlers first and fighters second, and they have been in crazy matches before, like the Stadium Stampede, and now are going into a Minneapolis street fight, to me, they're the favorites to win this matchup.
I like the Inner Circle, and I like it because of the leadership and the preparation that Chris Jericho will put into it.
We're gonna make sure that Dan Lambert pins Chris Jericho!
There is no team, no tag team in professional wrestling, not just here in AEW, any other company, that has the cohesiveness, the athleticism, the exuberance, and the ability of the Lucha Bros.
This is a dream of two kids come true. We have the opportunity to show you why we are the best tag team in the universe. And these titles are proof.
Every place we've been, every territory we've been to, we have become the tag team champions. We've become that brand's tag team champions. AEW is no different. And right now, becoming the first ever two-time AEW tag team champions means more to us than anything else in this world.
I really believe, based on my preferences, that FTR is the best tag team in AEW from a fundamental standpoint.
FTR are incredible tag team wrestlers, but I think maybe they wouldn't admit it, but something in the back of their head told them that they weren't at the Lucha Brothers level.
We've watched a guy like Tully Blanchard, and we've watched Arn Anderson, we've watched all these tag teams come before us, and we see the legacy they've left, and we want that for ourselves. As Tully likes to say, we're a bit opportunistic. We don't steal, we don't cheat. But
We take advantage.
We take advantage here, we bend the rules, but that's what we do.
It don't matter. A win's a win. When you got a victory over the Lucha Bros, if I'm the Lucha Bros, I'm worried about FTR.
Do you feel that FTR is capable of competing in this match on a level playing field?
No.
FTR has already gone to those lengths once. I don't think there's anything that will stop them from doing it again.
I think it's ridiculous to assume that the mind games is going to dictate the winner of this matchup.
Porque ustedes dicen amar la lucha libre y lo que hicieron fue una falta de respeto. Hoy, esta noche en Full Gear, los vamos a enseñar a respetar la lucha libre.
Penta says, FTR, you said you love this business. Well, that's a lie. You guys are a bunch of thieves. And at Full Gear, we're gonna teach you respect.
They've been the AEW World Tag Team Champions. Lucha Bros are in trouble. These guys have a win on them already for those AAA Tag Team titles. Now, they gotta defend the AEW World Tag Team titles against them. I do think the Lucha Bros, as great as they are, they're in deep you-know-what.
You had championship on your mind. You've taken the AAA away from the Lucha Brothers, and now it's time to take the AEW back where it belongs.
At Full Gear, FTR with Tully Blanchard goes down in the history books. The first ever two-time AEW World Tag Team Champions, and there will never, ever, ever, ever be in this company around the world a tag team like FTR. Top guys, out.
You will always be second best to me and me alone!
Max, I've seen your face before. The dumb scarf, stupid-ass smile, suits. There's nothing about you that means anything.
Mentally, just like all these people, you're weak, man.
He's preying on what he perceives to be Darby's weakness, and that's the mental aspect of his game.
Guys like MJF, they always think that they can get to anybody's head.
This is just a gang assault.
I forgot about this. Wow.
Is that something you were a part of?
No. I'm most certain. An absurd question.
Do we really think that MJF was playing mind games on Darby?
When I found out about that, felt horrible. Expressed that, actually, on Dynamite.
I don't think he is. I think that's just the way he is. He's just not a good person.
It's a real shame. Do I think that Darby had an excuse not to show up for work, however? No. Wildly unprofessional. Darby doesn't love all that many things on this world.
Nothing you can do.
When I hurt Sting, it wasn't about me putting Sting out.
Or say.
It was about me hurting Darby.
He's gonna break me, Max.
MJF thinks there's no room at the top except for himself. And that's one of the reasons he is trying to push Darby Allin down.
What makes MJF a special performer is he rents space in people's heads.
Nobody's got the heart and the passion that Darby Allin possesses.
I've seen guys like you 100 times in my life.
At Full Gear, you will lose because you will be too concerned with battering me when you should be concerned with beating me.
When I said you cannot break me mentally, I meant that.
Eddie is a ruthless fighter. He is bred to fight, he believes in the fight, and nothing has ever come easy to this man.
When CM Punk was a rising star in the pro wrestling scene, Eddie Kingston was just a trainee. And Kingston was somebody that would carry people's bags for him. And that's not to demean Kingston, that's just where he was in the pecking order.
Who are you?
You know damn well who I am.
I do? You low-life, scumbag, two-faced, narcissistic bitch! You judged me!
When you question the values of Eddie Kingston, you're opening yourself up to a world of hurt.
Because why? I was fat? I didn't kiss ass? I didn't bury other people to get my own stuff in? That's the Punk I know!
To know that Kingston and Punk never collided before, right there, it's intriguing.
You can try to blame me, but it's not my fault. I am not wrong for seeing greatness in you 15 years ago, but I damn sure am a fool for trying to hold you to that standard and expect greatness because you're a bum.
Nobody wants you here, they never wanted you here. That whole locker room's afraid to say it, not me.
I like Eddie's motivation. I say to CM Punk, step away from the brawling mantra, out-wrestle this man, and get yourself a 1, 2, 3, and get the hell out of there. Eddie Kingston is a dangerous man.
I don't care about winning and losing at Full Gear. All I'm gonna do is beat you up. And after I'm done beating you up, do me a favor, quit again and leave for 7 years and don't come.
And now Kingston and Punk going at it!
I think Punk had heard enough, and I think Kingston wanted this to happen. And this thing just got hot real fast.
At Full Gear, it will be CM Punk and Eddie Kingston!
People wonder, why is it that I've been the longest reigning AEW heavyweight champion? See, I could give you a peek into my journal. Let you into my daily activities. What do I eat? How do I train? When do I sleep? You see, doing that would be like trying to teach quantum physics to Bubbles the chimpanzee. You could see it in front of your face. You could see the answer. But it's not gonna make any sense to you. You're not gonna be able to put it together. My answer to you, I'm just gonna stay the course. Give you that same old Kenny Omega I always have.
I feel Kenny's lost a step. I don't think Kenny Omega's ever lost a step in his life. I think he's one of the best athletes, not just in wrestling, but in the history of this planet.
No matter if you agree or disagree with how Kenny Omega won the AEW World Championship and has been conducting himself since then, you still have to hand it to him. He is one of the best professional wrestlers of the last 40 years, maybe even longer.
I think if you look at Kenny Omega, you think of him, I mean, you have a moniker, the best bout machine. I mean, that's something that's earned.
Kenny Omega is better when he has family to rely on. That's how he looks at the elite. And we saw when Kenny Omega brought Don Callis into the fold, that was the final piece that Kenny Omega needed before becoming AEW World Champion. And now that the ranks of the elite have been bolstered by Adam Cole, the family is whole.
As AEW World Champion, I would not hide behind my friends. I would defend the championship every chance that I got. And I think as World Champion, I would take that second. I just want to be a good man.
Not many guys know Kenny Omega's offense as well as Hangman Adam Page does.
I wonder where Hangman Page's head is. I wonder what his strategy is going to look like. Because, my God, you got to bring something special to beat Kenny Omega for the championship.
Every single day, I battle with injuries. I battle with a schedule that no one else can keep up with. I push a pace that absolutely nobody has been able to match since I started in AEW. So you gotta wonder, should we really be feeling sorry for Hangman? Should we be worrying about Hangman? Or should you be worried about me? Because I've been the one burning the candle on both ends. When Hangman's been the one at home, resting, having the time of his life, starting a family, spending time with his wife, his child, being in the comfort of his home.
After me and the Dark Order lost to the Elite, I went home and I wondered if maybe that was it. Maybe that was the end of the story. Maybe it's all over for me. And I had a long time to think about that. But when I finally came back for the Casino Ladder match and I felt the crowd chanting cowboy shit, And I stood toe-to-toe at the top of the ladder with Mox and knocked his ass off. I think I proved myself wrong.
I will give you my heart. I will give you my soul. I will give you every fiber of my being. I will give you my blood.
Why will I beat Kenny Omega?
The one thing, though, that I am 100% sure about is that at Full Gear, I will give you cowboy shit.
Because I know that I can. I know that I will.
I don't lose big matches. Hangman, you always lose big matches. You don't stand a chance.
It's Saturday. You know what that means? We are coming to you live from the sold-out Target Center in Minneapolis, Minnesota for the Full Gear buy-in. I am Excalibur here by myself just momentarily, and I want to tell you that you can join us for Full Gear tonight at the top of the hour on Bleacher Report, on cable and satellite pay-per-view providers, and internationally with Fight TV, and for the first time ever, Facebook. You have no excuse not to join us at the top of the hour, but right now, let's throw it down to the one and only, the best-selling Tony Schiavone.
What a great night to be in Minnesota, and what a great night to begin the buy-in for Full Gear. With that in mind, let's welcome a homecoming of sorts, a young man who is a sensation. He's Minnesota's own, the sensational Dante Martin.
Dante Martin last night on AEW Rampage walked in to his hometown and picked up a huge singles victory, though it was not without a slight bit of controversy. Dante's coach, his advisor, Lio Rush, was at home with his family due to the tragic loss of his grandmother, and while Lio was not there, Team Taz tried to recruit Dante Martin.
Great win last night right here in this building for Dante Martin on Rampage. And it came, of course, without Lio Rush, who we had announced the tragic loss of his grandmother, could not be here. In the interim, we saw an offer from Team Taz, make an offer to you to join Team Taz when Lio was not even here. You've had a chance to think about this. Have you thought about it?
Team Taz up in the luxury box here at the Target Center.
You know, I've had just under 24 hours to...
The acclaimed, not will change, so I let you know the name.
Yo!
Getting all the fans entertained.
Listen!
Running in the game.
Listen! Yo!
Everybody saying that they want to be acclaimed.
Hey, yo, Dante, join the acclaimed. All these other teams, man, they should be ashamed. Lio Rush can't hang in this environment. He's about to go into his 15th retirement. And Team Taz ain't got no plus. Only guys on TV less than us. So hang with us if you want to be down. You're the only good thing from this depressing ass town.
Acclaimed have a rock!
Dante Martin.
Cut the music!
Given less than 24 hours to think about this offer from Team Taz. Taz mentioned he's always recruiting, and now the acclaimed.
Dante, we understand you've got a lot on your mind. I mean, you're trying to figure out who to align yourself with. You got Matt Sydal.
I agree, Minneapolis.
We will not. I got a lot of shit to say. You shut up. Now, like I was saying, you're trying to align yourself with Matt Sydal or Lio Rush or Team Taz, but Max and I, we think that you should join the acclaimed. We'd be the hottest team in all of professional wrestling. But let me make myself clear, Dante. You're either with us or you're against us. So what's it gonna be, buddy?
Dante getting offers left and right here in his hometown.
Actually, let me reiterate this because we don't have the patience like those other clowns do. You either give us the answer we want, or we're gonna break your legs and send you home crying like your brother. So what's it gonna be, yes or no? What do you think, Minneapolis?
Oh, big shot to the jaw of Anthony Bowens. Max Caster gets one as well. And Dante Martin takes flight over the target center. What an explosive start to the buy-in, and it's only going up from here. Full Gear live at the top of the hour. The champion, Kenny Omega, defending against the top-ranked Hangman Adam Page. CM Punk, Eddie Kingston, 16 years of animosity comes to fruition tonight. The finals of the AEW World Championship Eliminator Tournament. Bryan Danielson and Miro. The Minneapolis Street Fight. The Inner Circle versus Ethan Page, Scorpio Sky, an American Top Team. Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, defends against the top-ranked Ty Conti. The AEW World Tag Team Championship is on the line. The Lucha Bros defend against FTR. The Falls Count Anywhere match. Adam Cole and the Young Bucks versus Christian Cage, Jungle Boy, and Luchasaurus, plus MJF and Darby Allin. Let us take a look at some of the history between two of the four pillars of AEW.
We are on the precipice of something truly spectacular. This company keeps building more and more momentum.
MJF doesn't often speak the truth, but when he named the four young pillars of AEW, MJF wasn't lying.
I am the past, present, and future of AEW.
It's a great marketing slogan. You've got to go beyond talking.
Max, I've seen your face before.
MJF thinks there's no room at the top except for himself, and that's one of the reasons he is trying to push Darby Allin down.
Mentally, just like all these people, you're weak, man.
Guys like MJF, they always think they can get to anybody's head. When I said you cannot break me mentally, I meant that.
Nobody's got the heart and the passion that Darby Allin possesses.
I have gotten so deeply into his mind.
At Full Gear, you will lose.
I could wrestle circles around you if I want.
Because I'm better than you.
So yeah, go ahead. Try to beat me with a headlock cut over.
And you know it.
Has MJF been able to mentally break Darby Allin? We will find out at the top of the hour at Full Gear. Plus, Pac and Cody Rhodes, unlikely allies, taking on Malachi Black and Andrade El Idolo. But coming up right now on the buy-in, a huge TBS tournament preview tag team match. Nyla Rose, Jamie Hayter versus Thunder Rosa and Hikaru Shida.
And you still have a chance to join us right now on pay-per-view. At the top of the hour, we will go live here at the sold-out Target Center in Minneapolis, and I'm excited. And Excalibur, I know you're Jack. We've been waiting for this for quite a while.
Cannot wait for the top of the hour. Cable and satellite providers, Bleacher Report, and Fight TV and Facebook internationally.
Your Full Gear buy-in match is a tag team contest set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Being accompanied by Vicky Guerrero from Washington, D.C., the native beast, Nyla Rose.
Nyla Rose, of course, in the quarterfinals of the TBS Championship Tournament. You see that number 4 ranking on screen, Tony. She was granted a first-round bye in the tournament.
She's been the champion before, and I really think if you've been a champion, you know what it takes to go through a tournament.
Her partner from Southampton, England, Jamie Hayter.
A close associate of Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, Jamie Hayter. Britt, of course, will be defending her AEW Women's World Championship tonight at Full Gear against the number 1 ranked Conti. But right now, Jamie Hayter and Nyla Rose set for tag team action against their quarterfinal round opponents.
Just great matchups remaining in that TBS Championship Tournament. Some great athletes all around, and 2 of them are right in the ring right now.
And their opponents first, from Kanagawa, Japan, Hikaru Shida.
Shida, of course, another former AEW Women's World Champion alongside Nyla Rose, excuse me. And she will be facing Nyla Rose in the quarterfinal round of the TBS Championship Tournament.
Two ladies very familiar with each other, Excalibur, as you know, as far as the world title is concerned.
And her partner from the graveyards of Tijuana, Mexico, Thunder Rosa.
Tony, all 4 of these women, all 8 of the women remaining in the tournament would love to call themselves the inaugural TBS champion. But I think Thunder Rosa may be a slight favorite.
You know, I agree, and I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that she's red hot right now. Not only that, we have seen some great matches that she's had. Let's not forget that she did win that lights-out match against Dr. Britt Baker before Dr. Baker became the world champion.
The key word, unsanctioned lights-out match, does not officially count in the record books here in AEW, but we will remember St. Patrick's Day Slam for a very long time. The first ever women's main event on AEW Dynamite.
All right, Thunder Rosa and her first round matchup against Jamie Hayter. You know, all 4 of these ladies have to be very, very careful in this match. I mean, they want to all be TBS champs, so they can't get injured or can't do anything, I would think, high risk that would maybe take them out of the tournament.
Well, we saw at the conclusion of Hikaru Shida's first round match a very sore loser in Serena Deeb attacking Shida after the bell, targeting that knee. We understand that Shida has been cleared for action. She's been cleared to compete in the remaining matches in the tournament. But this is a trap match for all 4 of these people. And, of course, Full Gear coming to you live at the top of the hour on Bleacher Report, on cable and satellite pay-per-view providers, internationally on Fight TV, and for the first time ever on Facebook as well. You have just under 20 minutes to join us to get your order in, and you'll see all of the action at the top of the hour. Full Gear. Thunder Rosa.
She's so quick and so agile.
Looking to make a quick end to things. Thunder Rosa hits the ropes. Nyla Rose didn't even get a chance to get to her feet. Thunder Rosa on target with that drop kick.
I think one of the reasons the fans love Thunder Rosa so much is, Excalibur, her intensity. She brings it. I mean, she does not let her foot off the gas at all.
Nyla, oh, a little bit of meeting of the minds. No, some teamwork there by Shida and Thunder Rosa. And Nyla was trying to use her power, but Shida and Thunder Rosa had a great counter for it. And Shida with those jumping knee strikes. She is so dangerous. Hikaru Shida and Nyla Rose, as you mentioned, know each other extremely well. Have met multiple times in the past. Will meet once again in the quarterfinal round of the TBS Championship Tournament, which will resume after Full Gear. Thunder Rosa.
Look at those strikes.
Yeah, body shots. Yeah. Nyla Rose trying to cover up, trying to fight her way out of the corner.
You know, I first saw Thunder Rosa back about 5 years ago in Staten Island, the independent circuit. She wrestled in a mixed tag match, and I thought to myself, man, this girl has wow, look at that power. A tremendous amount of talent, and I'm glad she's able to show it here on a national stage with AEW.
Double drop kick there by Nyla Rose. Thunder Rosa has an extremely refined sense of professionalism inside the ring, but right now she is absorbing these brute force shots from Nyla Rose and Jamie Hayter.
Jamie Hayter, you know, we've talked so much now about, obviously, about Thunder Rosa, Nyla Rose. Jamie Hayter, even though she's an associate of Dr. Britt Baker, she helped her at ringside. Jamie Hayter is a hell of an athlete.
An extremely skilled competitor. She defeated Anna Jay in the first round of the TBS Championship Tournament.
She made her debut in 2019 in November, and then the pandemic hit, and she was out for 18 months, was not able to come over to the States here, and boy, she came back in the best shape of her life.
And she came back with an axe to grind as well.
Yes, she did.
Britt Baker sensed that. She brought Jamie Hayter back to the U.S. and has used Jamie as her muscle, but you want to talk about muscle. Wow. Thunder Rosa ripping Jamie Hayter with those chops. But Hayter, the power is just too much, overwhelming Thunder Rosa.
A little bit of a preview here of what we're going to see in the quarterfinals between Hayter and Thunder Rosa.
Absolutely, as I mentioned, 8 competitors left in the quarterfinal rounds. The other quarterfinal round matchups, Jade Cargill and Red Velvet, plus Chris Statlander and Ruby Soho also in quarterfinal round matchups. But right now, Hikaru Shida, almost like a rider kick there, a right hand to the jaw of Nyla Rose. And the missile drop kick off the middle rope.
Love to see Shida when she's got things going her way, when she's aggressive. She's very aggressive right now. That always serves her well.
Hikaru Shida, oh, nice roundhouse kick. Stopped Jamie Hayter in her tracks. Oh! Nyla Rose at the low bridge, and Hikaru Shida took a very nasty spill out to the apron and the floor.
I'm gonna help her up. Right, gonna help. Oh, God. That is like being run over by a freight train.
Nyla Rose and Jamie Hayter, 2 of the strongest, 2 of the heaviest hitters in our women's division here in All Elite Wrestling.
Was that Serena Deeb at ringside? Did I see her?
Believe that.
If it's not, it's somebody that looked like her, I can tell you that.
Well, cover hook at the far leg here by Nyla Rose. That is Serena Deeb watching at ringside. Wow. Deeb, of course, was Hikaru Shida's first round opponent in the TBS Championship Tournament.
Speaking of vicious, how about the vicious side we've seen of Serena Deeb? Unlike anything I've ever seen out of that lady.
The woman of 1,000 holds. She knows how to torture, how to just cause pain and suffering for her opponents. Flipping neckbreaker there by Nyla Rose. Knee lift to the midsection. And as a reminder, Full Gear coming up at the top of the hour. Our last pay-per-view event of the year. You can order it right now on traditional cable and satellite providers. Bleacher Report on internationally, Fight TV, and for the first time ever, Facebook as well. Oh, wow. Jamie Hayter, a handful of hair, stopping Shida in her tracks.
Still have a chance to join us.
But Hayter very nearly scored the victory there.
At the top of the hour, we have been here in Minneapolis in the Target Center for a couple of days now. We had Rampage here last night. Great crowd, and look at this crowd here at the home of the Timberwolves and the Lynx.
A sold-out Target Center, the city of Minneapolis, has been a fantastic host for AEW. And we still have so much more to come with Full Gear on pay-per-view at the top of the hour. Hikaru Shida trying to make it to the ropes. Jamie Hayter, that vice-like grip.
Look at this.
Shida just really swinging at anybody she can get her hands on, but not doing herself any favors.
Well, it was Shida who dethroned Nyla Rose as Women's World Champion. And that issue has not rested as of yet.
No, Nyla Rose did not forget about it. You see Nyla Rose biting the head of Hikaru Shida. Jamie Hayter just grinding the heel of her boot into the side of the face of Shida. And coming up, our main event tonight on Full Gear, Kenny Omega, the AEW World Champion, the dominant AEW World Champion, taking on his former tag team partner, Hangman Adam Page, and then, Tony, Dr. Britt Baker and Ty Conti.
Dr. Britt Baker and Ty Conti for the Women's World title. That'll be tonight on Full Gear. MJF playing the mind games with Darby Allin. They'll finally get to settle it tonight at Excalibur in the Ring.
Plus the AEW World Tag Team Championship on the line. The Lucha Brothers, Rey Fenix, Penta El Cero Miedo, taking on FTR. Plus the Inner Circle versus Scorpio Sky, Ethan Page, an American Top Team, a Minneapolis Street Fight. Jamie Hayter looking for the cover here.
Also tonight, the final of the World Title Eliminator Tournament. One of these two men will get a title shot, the next title shot, either Bryan Danielson or Miro.
And this is a grudge match. This is a hate match. CM Punk, Eddie Kingston, live on pay-per-view tonight.
Don't forget, it'll be Falls Count Anywhere. Jungle Boy is challenged, Falls Count Anywhere. He'll team of Luchasaurus and Christian Cage against the Young Bucks and Adam Cole.
And what about this? The unlikely tag team of Pac and Cody Rhodes taking on Malachi Black and Andrade El Idolo. Hikaru Shida just turned the tables on Jamie Hayter.
Yeah, I don't know if Pac and Cody Rhodes can coexist, to be honest with you.
No, it seems like the enemy of my enemy is my friend in that type of situation, but I don't know how friendly they are. Jamie Hayter once again after the backbreaker looking for the cover, but Thunder Rosa bailing out her tag team partner.
Well, she she stopped the 1, 2, 3, I get it, but she just taking a lot of punishment. She needs to get out of there.
Take a look at this backbreaker. Hikaru Shida had the opportunity to make the tag, but Jamie Hayter not allowing Shida to do so, making her pay. Shida blocks the lariat, the axe kick.
Yeah, she needs to make a tag, and she knows it.
Hikaru Shida gets German suplex on the back of their head. Desperation move by Jamie Hayter, but that may have saved Hayter and Nyla.
Yeah, it was a desperation move, but it was executed with perfection.
The Target Center here in Minneapolis, just red hot already. And still so much more action to come at the top of the hour. Full Gear live on pay-per-view. Thunder Rosa, Nyla Rose, each tagged in. And Thunder Rosa, just an explosive flurry of offense on Nyla Rose.
You don't want to go fist to fist or elbow or forearm to forearm with Thunder Rosa.
Thunder Rosa springing down, driving knees into the chest of Nyla Rose. Shotgun dropkick takes Jamie Hayter off her feet. Thunder Rosa sizing up Nyla in the corner, leaping dropkick.
The athlete that gets the pin in this one or gets the submission is going to have a lot of momentum in her quarterfinal match.
Cover by Thunder Rosa. Wow, that would have been it were not for the intervention of Jamie Hayter. And Tony, you said it exactly. Momentum, so important in a single elimination championship tournament. Oh, knee strike, drop kick.
Great teamwork, great teamwork.
Stereo shots from Hikaru Shida and Thunder Rosa. And now Shida up on the middle rope. Thunder Rosa.
Yeah, they're improvising here, watch
up
out.
as well, diving crossbody. And Thunder Rosa. Oh!
Boy, Jamie Hayter hit very hard. I don't know if she's gonna get back into it or not. Oh, look at this face to face.
Hikaru Shida. And Serena, oh, Vicky Guerrero with the kendo stick to the back of the knee. The injured knee of Hikaru Shida.
Shida made a critical mistake, and that was to turn her attention away from the match and to Deeb on the outside.
Nyla Rose with a serious advantage now. Hikaru Shida just completed her rehab, her recovery from that knee injury from Serena Deeb.
And I'm amazed that Jamie Hayter is back on her feet after that crossbody from the top.
Yeah, Jamie Hayter got sandwiched on the outside and now looking to muscle. Hikaru Shida back in. The superplex. Oh, wait a second, Nyla Rose.
This does not look good.
Oh, splash! Nyla Rose hooks the far leg, covers. No! Thunder Rosa breaks it up. Thunder Rosa and Jamie Hayter, oh, both spilled to the outside.
Now these women are going at it. I'm going to tell you, what a hell of a buy-in match we got.
What a hell of a preview of the quarterfinal round of the TBS Championship Tournament. Nyla Rose thinking beast bomb. No, Shida takes Nyla down, and Shida, jackknife, 2, 3.
Here are your winners. The team of Thunder Rosa and Hikaru Shida.
Hikaru Shida overcoming the odds to pick up a crucial victory here tonight on the buy-in for Full Gear. And remember, you still have a few minutes to order Full Gear on Bleacher Report, on cable and satellite pay-per-view providers, internationally on Fight TV, and for the first time ever on Facebook as well. Serena Deeb, something tells me it is not over between her and Hikaru Shida. What a way to kick off tonight for Full Gear. We still have a huge night of action ahead of us, including the AEW World Championship match in our main event. Kenny Omega and Hangman Adam Page, can't wait for that one. But right now, our own Tony Schiavone is standing by backstage with a very special guest.
Okay, Excalibur, back here with Orange Cassidy and the Best Friends. Last night on Rampage, the Lumberjack match against Matt Hardy. We saw the Blade knock you out with the brass knucks, take care of all members of Best Friends with the brass knucks. Now Tony Khan has signed Wednesday live on Dynamite on TNT, the Butcher and the Blade against you and a partner of your choice.
Yeah, that's right. You know, I could pick one of my friends here, but they've been working hard. I think maybe I'll give them the night off. Just joined this group,
Chaos, yeah.
Chaos. So I asked Jeeves, who was in that group, and maybe I'll bring one of my dogs.
Okay, so we will find out who his partner will be coming up during Full Gear, our pay-per-view broadcast. Right now, let's go back to the arena.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Hall of Fame voice of wrestling, Jim Ross.
A great reaction here for Boomer Sooner. Jim Ross will be joining myself, Excalibur, and the great Tony Schiavone tonight for Full Gear, live on pay-per-view at the top of the hour. As I mentioned, you still have time to order right now on Bleacher Report. Cable and satellite pay-per-view providers internationally on Fight TV and Facebook. We are just a few minutes away, and our main event tonight on Full Gear, the AEW World Championship title match. Kenny Omega, the dominant champion, against his former partner, Hangman Adam Page. And JR, the finals of the AEW World Championship Eliminator Tournament.
Absolutely, and it's going to be quite a classic clash of styles. Bryan Danielson, one of the great strategists in this entire pro wrestling game, against Miro, who may pose too many physical challenges.
In addition, we will see a Minneapolis street fight. The Inner Circle, Jericho and his Inner Circle together against American Top Team, including Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page. And by the way, guys, Dan Lambert's going to be in this match.
And they said Dan Lambert is going to pin Chris Jericho for the American Top Team.
And I hear that he's wearing darks.
And plus the AEW Women's World Championship, Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, her toughest test yet. Ty Conti, the #1 ranked person in the AEW women's division, and perhaps the woman that will dethrone Britt Baker.
Big-time judo player is Ty Conti, no doubt.
No doubt about it. Plus, this is an unusual world title match because the Lucha Brothers, the champions, asked for this match. They made the challenge. Usually the challengers make the challenge. But they have challenged FDR. They say, you want these belts? You stole the AAA belts. You'll get that shot tonight.
Should be a great one.
And plus, the Falls Count Anywhere match. So much animosity between these teams. The Young Bucks and Adam Cole. Cole, since he entered All Elite Wrestling, has had Jungle Boy in his sights. Jungle Boy offered the challenge for the Falls Count Anywhere match. He will be with Luchasaurus and Christian Cage tonight on Full Gear.
Let's not forget Bobby Fish in this equation.
Right, absolutely.
And ladies and gentlemen, this has been a long time coming. I hear this will be our first match on the pay-per-view tonight. Darby Allin, MJF. They have developed a bitter rivalry, and one thinks the other is the future of the company.
Well, we'll see. We'll see the mind games work tonight. Also, as we mentioned earlier, Excalibur, we have Pac together with Cody Rhodes. What a very unusual alliance against Malachi Black and Andrade El Idolo. That tag match, Excalibur, will be coming up tonight.
Can Pac and Cody Rhodes coexist? We will find out live tonight at Full Gear. And a match built on pure hatred. CM Punk, Eddie Kingston, 16 years in the making. JR, I cannot wait for this one.
Neither can I, but I'm sorry that it's come to this. I'm sorry things have gotten so drastic that these two great pros cannot at least coexist.
Full Gear coming to you live in just under 1 minute. You still have time to join us on pay-per-view through cable and satellite providers, on Bleacher Report, internationally through Fight TV, and for the first time ever on Facebook as well.
Yeah, and just whatever you do, you order a lot of ways to get the program. I guarantee you're not going to forget it.